Welcome my students. One of the important paper of B.Sc 3 Microbiology is of virology, and in that paper one of the important unit is of oncogenesis. And today we are proceeding for studying that unit, that is of oncogenesis. So question is again, what is oncogenesis? Oncogenesis, it is also described by the term that is carcinogenesis, and carcinogenesis is the process of formation of cancer in our body or in any of the vertebrate animal. Actually, this term cancer or word cancer is a Latin term or Latin word, and its meaning is a crab. Greek physician Hippocrates, he used this term to describe cancer as a crab-like disease. All of you know what is meaning of crab in Marathi. In Marathi, it is called as a khekda. So same thing is with the cancer. Once cancer happens in the body, easily person do not gets recovered, and therefore cancer disease, it is called as a crab-like disease. Actually, cancer is nothing but abnormal, unregulated and uncontrolled of growth of the cells in our body, and the result of such growth is the formation of lumps or mass of the cells. Actually, cancer can also be known by the term that is the tumor or malignancy, and tumor also is again a Latin word, and its meaning is swelling. To describe various kinds of cancers in our body, suffix OMA or OMA is used. So in short, oncogenesis is nothing but the process of carcinogenesis, and cancer is nothing but abnormal, unregulated and uncontrolled growth of the cells in our body, and its result is the formation of lumps or mass of the cells or the tumors. That means normal cells in our body, they get altered or they get changed and they get transformed in an unregulated and in an uncontrolled manner, and thereby the cancer formation, it is taking place. Now in human beings, different types of the cancers, they are occurring, and to describe or those different kinds of cancers, they can be classified on varieties of the criteria. But among them, there are two important criteria on the basis of which all kinds of cancers are being classified. And those two criteria are, one is pattern of the growth and another one is types of the tissues in which the cancer cells are originating. So pattern of the growth means pattern of growth of the cancer cells. And on this basis, there are two kinds of the cancers. These are the two kinds. One is the benign tumors and another one that is the malignant tumors. And on the basis of the types of the tissues in which the cancer cells are originating, on that basis there are four kinds of the cancers, and they are, one is carcinomas, another one is sarcomas, third one is leukemias, and fourth one is lymphomas. Now we will discuss all these kinds of cancers in somewhat detail. Among that, the first one is benign cancers or benign tumors. Now these are the cancers where the cancer cells are not invading into the surrounding tissues. That means the cancer cells, they are not coming out of their region. The growth of such cancer cells or the growth of cancer cells in the benign tumors is remaining localized in the form of a compact mass. That means these cancers or benign tumors are encapsulated by a membrane, and that membrane is called as a lamina. And the growth of such cancer cells is taking place by the displacing the surrounding tissues, and because of that there may be the creation of pressure on the surrounding organs or on the surrounding tissues. Now generally it is said that benign tumors are not fatal, but that is not the always. Sometimes due to the big growth of these tumors, they may be responsible for the additional complications. For example, if tumor develops in the brain, because of the development of benign tumor in the brain, pressure may be created in other parts of the brain, and because of which the functioning of brain it gets affected. Same is the thing if the benign tumor develops in the uterus or in the intestine, and due to that the pressure may be created on other organs or other systems of our body, and because of which the complications they may be developed. Now such benign tumors generally they can be removed by the process of the surgery. Now you can see these are the pictures which are showing the benign tumor. So these are the cancer cells, but these cancer cells they are encapsulated by a membrane that is called as the lamina, and generally these cancer cells they are not breaking the barrier of this lamina, and they are not coming out, and therefore they are not invading the surrounding tissues. Same is here. These are the cancer cells. Their growth is restricted to a local area, and these cancer cells are surrounded by a membrane, and out of that membrane these cancer cells they are not coming out. So this is about the benign tumors. The second type of the cancer cells, second types of the tumors, they are called as the malignant tumors. Now what are malignant tumors? Malignant tumors are the tumors in which the cancer cells they are spreading in the surrounding tissues, or they are invading into the surrounding tissues, and this spreading it can be in the different organs as well as different other parts of the body via blood and lymph. That means these cancer cells or malignant cancer cells they are coming or they are entering in the blood or lymph, and they are spreading in the other organs or other parts of the body. They are capable of invasion as well as they are capable of metastasis. That means spread throughout the body may be taking place. The important thing with these tumors is that they are not encapsulated by any of the membrane. You can see here these are the malignant cells which are not been surrounded by any kind of the membrane, and therefore their spreading may be taking place throughout the body. Here also the malignant type of the tumor it is shown where the cells they are spreading from their original location. The growth of such cancer cells is comparatively fast and it is lethal, and such cancer cells they are resistant to the treatment, and they may cause the death of the person in which the malignant type of the tumor or malignant type of the cancer it is generally occurring. So that is about the malignant cancers. So again, this is one of the figure which differentiates between the malignant and the benign tumors. So this is the image of the benign tumor where the cancer cells they are growing, but their growth is localized in the form of a compact mass. The cells they are not coming out of their original location. But that is not the thing with the malignant tumors. Here malignant tumors they are coming out of their original location. That means they are invading in the surrounding tissues and thereby the metastasis may be occurring and the cancer is spreading in other parts of the body. Now the second criteria that is used for the classification of the cancer, that as I told you, is the types of the tissues in which the cancer cells are originating, and on that basis the first type of the cancer it is called as the carcinomas. Now what are carcinomas? Carcinomas is nothing but it is a cancer of epithelial cells, and this is the most common kind of cancer in the human beings. Now all of you know where the epithelial cells are present. Mainly they are present at the external surfaces and at the internal lining of various organs, and therefore the cancer that is associated with the epithelial cells of external surfaces and internal linings, it is coming under the group that is of the carcinoma. Actually this is a major type of the cancer that is occurring in the human beings. That means it accounts for about 85 to 90% of the total human cancers. That means the total cancers, total different types of the cancer that are occurring in the human beings, among them 85 to 90% cancers they are of carcinoma types. Now the epithelial cells they are mainly associated with the organs like skin, prostate or bladder, breast, linings of the respiratory system, linings of the gastrointestinal system, urinary system, as well as the genital system. And therefore, majority of the cancers that are associated with these systems, they are of carcinoma types. Now you can see here, these are the images. This is the lung and this is the oral cavity where carcinoma, the probability of occurring the carcinoma type of the cancer, it is comparatively more. Now the carcinoma types of the cancers again are of two types, or there are two subtypes of the carcinoma type of the cancers, and those two subtypes are described by using these two terms. One that is called as the adenocarcinoma and another one is called as the squamous cell carcinoma. Generally, adenocarcinoma is developing in the organs or in the different glands, and squamous cell carcinoma is associated with the skin because the squamous epithelium or squamous cells are present within the skin. So you can see here, this is the image or this is the figure of squamous cell carcinoma. So this is the skin and the squamous cells, they are associated with the skin, and therefore the cancer associated with the skin may be mainly of the carcinoma type of the cancer. The second type of the cancer is called as the sarcoma, and that is on the basis of the types of the tissues in which the cancer cells are originating. And the sarcoma is nothing but it is a cancer of the supportive and connective tissues. All of you know, generally in body where supportive and connective tissues are present, mainly they are present or they are associated with the bones, cartilages, muscles, blood vessels, and tissues that are present at the joints. And therefore the cancers associated with these things are coming under the group of sarcoma type of the cancers. Now the percentage of occurring such cancers in the human beings is comparatively less. It just accounts for 1% of total human cancers. And as these things are associated, are present in these organs, that means in the arms, legs, hands, feet, chest, back, hip, shoulder, abdomen, head and neck, all the cancers associated with these organs, they are coming under the group of the sarcomas. There are again various subtypes of the sarcomas, and you can see the list of different kinds of the kinds of the sarcomas is here, but it is not necessary to go in that much detail. Now third kind of the cancer, it is called as the leukemias on the basis of the types of the tissues. And leukemias can also be called as a blood cancer, or it can also be called as the liquid cancer. Now blood is a liquid part or liquid fluid in our body, and if cancer is occurring in the blood, it can be called as a liquid cancer. So actually leukemia is nothing but a cancer of blood forming cells, and blood forming cells can also be called as hematopoietic cells of the bone marrow. Now all of you know that different cells in our body, they are formed from the bone marrow. So bone marrow is the origin of different kinds of the cells in our body. The different cell lines are coming out from the bone marrow, and the end of those different cell lines is the formation of different kinds of mature and functional body cells. One of the cell line that originates from the bone marrow is the cell line for the formation of WBCs in the blood. And actually leukemia is the cancer of those hematopoietic cells that are responsible for the formation of the WBCs. And this kind of the cancer, it accounts for only 4% of total human cancers. Now as it is the cancer of hematopoietic cells that are responsible for the formation of the mature WBCs, the result of such cancer is the overproduction of abnormal and immature WBCs. And such immature or abnormal WBCs, they do not play a role in the defense mechanism of the body. That means in such patients, the defense mechanism of body is becoming poor. That means, in short, we can say leukemia is a cancer of those hematopoietic cells that are responsible for the formation of WBCs, and its result is the formation of abnormal and immature WBCs. There are again 4 kinds of leukemias, or leukemias are of 4 different subtypes. Now those 4 subtypes are described like this. One is acute lymphocytic leukemia. Acute lymphocytic leukemia is nothing but it is a leukemia of, or it is a cancer of the lymphocytes, and this kind of cancer is generally occurring in the children, but sometimes adults they may also be affected. The second one is acute myelogenous leukemia, and actually it is a cancer of granulocytes and monocytes. All of you know granulocytes and monocytes are the types of the WBCs, and cancer associated with these cells, they can be, it is called as the acute myelogenous leukemia, and such kind of cancer it is occurring in the children as well as in the adults. That means there are equal chances for occurring such kind of cancers in the children as well as in the adults. Now third type of the cancer leukemia, it is chronic lymphocytic leukemia. Now chronic lymphocytic leukemia is generally occurring in the persons having age of over 55. And last type of the leukemia, that is called as chronic myelogenous leukemia. Now chronic myelogenous leukemia, it is mainly affecting the adult people or adult persons. So these are the 4 subtypes of the leukemias. So you can see this is the this figure which differentiates the normal blood cells and the blood cells of the leukemic person. In the blood of the normal persons, the number of WBCs is comparatively less, and these WBCs are having the normal function or normal morphology. But in the blood of the leukemia patients, the number of the WBCs is drastically increased, and such WBCs again they are abnormal or immature and they are not functioning properly. That means in these persons the defense mechanism is very weak. And the last kind of the cancer, or 4th type of the cancer, that is being made on the basis of the types of the tissues in which the origin of the cancer cells is there, and that is called as the lymphomas. Actually, lymphomas is a cancer of the lymphatic system or lymphatic tissues. All of you know again the lymphatic tissues or lymphatic system is a part of the immune system of our body, and it is mainly consisting of various lymphocytes, lymph nodes, lymph vessels as well as lymph organs. Now different lymph organs as well as lymph nodes, they are connected to each other by a lymph vessel, and through this lymph vessel there is flow of blood along with the lymphocytes and various proteins and nutrients. Now this kind of cancer, it accounts for the 5%. That means among the total human cancers, 5% cancers they are of lymphoma type of the cancer. So actually it is the cancer of the lymphatic system or the lymphatic tissues. Now you can see the organization of lymphatic system in our body, where lymphatic vessels as well as various lymphoid organs are being shown. And here also this is one of the lymphoid organ, that is the spleen, where the processing of the lymphocytes it is taking place. And if the cancer associates or occurs with these things, then it can be called as a lymphoma type of the cancer. Now again the lymphoma type of the cancer, it is of 2 types, and those 2 types are described by using 2 different terms. One is called as the Hodgkin's lymphoma and another one is called as the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Now what is meaning of Hodgkin's lymphoma? The Hodgkin's lymphoma is lymphoma where the cancer cells are large and they are binucleated. That means they have double nucleus, and such double nucleated cells they are called as the Reed-Steinberg cells. And the second type of the lymphoma, that is called as non-Hodgkin lymphoma. And in non-Hodgkin lymphoma, there is no presence of Reed-Steinberg cells. That means there is no presence of the binucleated cells, which are called as actually the Reed-Steinberg cells. So in short, the difference between Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is that Hodgkin's lymphoma is characterized by the presence of large binucleated cells, which are called as the Reed-Steinberg cells, and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is characterized by the absence of such kinds of the Reed-Steinberg cells. So you can see here, it is the figure or image where such Reed-Steinberg cells are being shown. So this is the enlarged or large binucleated cell, which is the characteristic of Hodgkin's type of the lymphoma. So these are the different kinds of the cancers on the basis of two different criteria. So this much is enough for this session. Thank you for kind listening.